Today, I'm going to be making Shin Black Noodles. I'm going to get started. The water's almost to a boil, so I'm just going to take the noodles and open up the pack and pull out the seasoning packs, and I'm going to put these to the side. There's 3 packs of the seasoning. Place it to the side. Then I'm going to pull out the block of noodles. Pour the crunchies inside. And then place the Shin Black noodle in the pot. If you have a set of thongs, take the thongs in immediately. Flip your noodle in the pot. Now while this is boiling, I'm going to add some mushrooms to the season. Simply take the mushrooms, separate the mushrooms, place it in the pot. Absolute goodness. If you like a lot of mushrooms, add a lot of mushrooms. If you don't, still add a lot of mushrooms. Absolute goodness. So separate the mushrooms. Stir them in the pot and allow the noodles to boil, stirring them occasionally. Well, in this pot of Shin Black noodles, I'm going to also have an egg in here for seasoning purposes. But before I get to that step, I'm still adding vegetables. Right here, I have green onion. This is going to add a nice flavoration to the Shin Black Ramen Noodles. Absolute goodness. Just cut it up. If you like small pieces, cut it up into small pieces. If you don't, still cut it up into small pieces. Absolute goodness. So once I placed all the green onion into the soup, I'm going to make sure that the noodles haven't overcooked. So about halfway through, I'm going to take the noodles. I'm going to pull my noodle out of the pot, place it into a bowl, trying to leave all the vegetables still in the pot. If you get some vegetables in the bowl, it's alright. They'll live. Alright, so now the vegetables are in the pot. I'm going to take an egg. I'm going to crack an egg and place the egg inside of the pot. Absolute goodness. Crack the egg. Drop it into the pot. While that's going on, I'm then going to begin to add the seasoning. The soup base first. Place it in. Drop it into the pot. Take your thongs and stir it a little bit. Let me show you the egg and see how it's cooking. Absolute goodness. Then I'm going to take the second packet, open it up, pour this inside, Make sure you get it in the water and not on top of the egg. And there's also some extra vegetables that I'm going to add to this. Let's open it up. So looking at the side, looks like some green onion, some mushrooms. Pour it into the pot. And I have a little surprise. I have garlic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some fresh garlic into the pot. Then I'm going to check on the egg. I'm going to flibberate the egg to ensure that it cooks to perfection. Absolute goodness. Now while the egg is cooking, I'm going to pour the ramen noodles back into the pot, allowing the seasoned water to permeate the ramen noodles. Absolute goodness. I'm going to take my tongs and stir it a little bit to allow the seasonization to go through the noodles and still cook the egg evenly. Absolute goodness. After about a few seconds, just take the ramen noodles and check and see if it's cooking. You want to cook it to al dente. Don't cook it too long because the noodles won't taste as good. So then, after about a minute or so, grab a bowl that can fit all the soup inside. And then take the pot of ramen noodles, remove it from the heat. Place the ramen noodles in the bowl first. And the reason why I do this is so that I can get all the ramen noodles in the bowl. And then pour some of the ramen noodle juice without it overflowing. Place the egg on top. Grab as many of the vegetables as possible. Place them on the side. And then pour the ramen noodle juice on top of the egg. And there you have it. Look at it. Absolute goodness, if you ask me. Absolute goodness.